Let's bring in Rich Eisen from the NFL Network, part of the sufficient lineup that Fritzy has given us. Hi, Rich.
I've got a separated at birth. I tweeted out this week. Mike Milbury and the actor Tom Wilkinson. You know, the guy who went crazy in Michael Clayton. I just thought
well, wait a minute. Are you basing it on Milbury going crazy?
No, I just watching the pregame the other day before the Wings and the Blackhawks. I'm like, boy, it looks awful familiar. Who does Mike Milbury look like? And boom, it just hit me, and it really does. Mike Milbury has turned into Tom Wilkinson. I don't know when that happened, but it's happened.
I always look at Steve Kerr and think of Kelly Leak from Bad News Bears.
He's turned into like a
serious actor.
Actor.
Yeah.
Kelly Leak.
Yeah, what's his name? Paulie, you know, don't you? Kelly Leak?
Jackie Earl Haley.
Jackie, there you go. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, Paulie. So what's on your mind?
What is on my mind? Geez, wow. You've thrown it open to me like that.
Yeah, why don't you interview me? Why don't you act like this is your podcast and I come on with you?
Okay.
I mean, it's Friday. I've been doing all the heavy lifting. All right?
All right, here we go. Here we go. You ready?
All right. And 3, 2, 1.
So, Dan, what's on your mind?
Hey, Rich. How are you? You know what? I'm glad you asked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why are you glad I asked?
Well, I was thinking about this as a Michigan grad. What did you think of Gordon Gee's?
Oh boy,
his comments. You know, from the Ohio State University.
I thought it was the 2-drink minimum. Is what it sounded like to me.
Well, you know what? Stand up, pretty funny, right?
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like it was the Laugh Shack at Columbus.
Is this courtesy laugh? Play the first comment. This is President courtesy laugh with the president of Ohio State.
Yes.
First of all, they're not very good partners. I'll just say that. I negotiated with them during my first term, and the fathers are holy on Sunday, and they're holy hell on the rest of the week. You know, you just can't trust those damn Catholics on a Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I think the first laugh was the courtesy laugh, and then when he uses the damn word and attaches it to the word Catholic, you could hear there's a little bit of oh boy in the room where the joke. I don't even know what the joke is. You know?
As a comedian, as a stand-up comedian, what did you think of his delivery?
This reminds me of the Seinfeld episode where Bryan Cranston played the dentist, Dr. Watley. And he started making Jewish jokes.
Tim Watley, I think, right?
Tim Watley.
Yeah.
He started making Jewish jokes because he just converted to Judaism. And Seinfeld gets upset because he doesn't feel that he has the right to do that.
Wait, how long do you have to wait before you've converted before you can?
That was the whole concept of the show. Yeah. And then he goes to confession. Seinfeld goes to confession and tells this to a priest who says, "This offends you as a Jewish person." He goes, "No, this offends me as a comedian." And that's what this sounds like. This thing offends me as a comedian. This is not. What's so funny about this thing? It really is. You know, I know he says it's attempted humor, but it just offends me as a comedian.
Well, you can still offend people with an attempted humor.
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't let you off the hook that if you're a stand-up comedian and you do this, as Michael Richards found out, you can try to be funny. Not everybody has to laugh.
No. And then I guess the whole everyone from the South is dumb hitting up the SEC.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is destroying every other competitor in college football at this point in time.
Well, you got your coach from an SEC school.
Oh my Lord!
With Urban
and
Meyer.
I think he is named after a pope too. By the way, Urban.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
Oh, well.
I thought I read that in a story somewhere.
Well,
it's just not good.
Those damn Catholics.
Whose dream job other than Ohio State was to go to Notre Dame. It's just not. It's tone deaf on virtually every level. But like I said, it offends me as a comedian more than anything else.
Did you see the story about the Cowboys? I guess they had their draft board leaked, all 7 rounds.
No, that I did not see. Really?
Yes, I just saw it. McLevin gave this to me. What was the website, McLevin, that had this with? You got Jerry Jones. He's got E.J. Manuel, 4th-round talent. Is it blogging?
Blogging the Cowboys at SB Nation site.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
so wait a minute. There's no G at the end of blogging? Just so I want to make sure.
Yes, it's blogging with an N. Just an N.
Okay. I just want to make sure that
it's street. It's street. It's blogging.
Oh, it's
not blogging.
Okay, it's blog. Okay, very good.
So you got Jerry Jones. Let me see. Was there anything that stood out on this, McLovin, when you saw all of his? Because he got everybody rated here.
Well, if I read it correctly, all the quarterbacks were like EJ Manuel 4th round, Glennon 5th round. So they had all the QBs
low. Where did he
low.
have his first round draft choice? That's the key.
Oh, the center?
Yeah, because that's what everyone was wondering, because they thought that they could have gotten him in the 3rd round, and instead went ahead and took him way before anybody thought he should be taken. That's the key. That's where you need to find that. You need to hit a blogging, or it's not blogging the Cowboys, because I don't want to wind up on some sort of website that's blocked with my work firewall. You know
this is now he took what was it? Travis Frederick? Is that who they took?
Right, they took Travis Frederick, a center from Wisconsin.
They got him 2nd round talent.
Wow.
And didn't they traded up to get him 1st round?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And Mayock, that was one of the few first-round draft picks where Mayock had one of those winces. You know, I always can read his body language. When it happens, it's one of those, I don't know about that one. And most people were saying that from Thursday into Friday, that, boy, they could have waited to the late 2nd, 3rd to get him, and they took him 1st round. And he's going to be the guy that Romo is going to be receiving snaps from. That'll be the key thing, is where he is on that board. 2nd round grade, that's pretty high.
What are your concerns with the Patriots here with Rob Gronkowski at age 24 and now back surgery and coming off the forearm surgeries?
Well, very concerned, because there's no such thing as minor back surgery. You know, I mean, anybody who I've ever heard has back surgery that would never call it minor, ever. And he is 24, back, wrist, and then on top of it all, they go ahead and let their most dependable wide receiver walk to the main competitor in Denver and replace him with a guy who hasn't played a full season maybe since college, and put that all together with Hernandez not being able to stay healthy. And I'd be genuinely concerned, but not enough to think they're going to not walk away with the division. I still think it's the AFC East is theirs. It may cost them a home playoff game at some point, which might be the difference between getting past anybody else in the AFC.
Tom Curran of Comcast Sportsnet New England yesterday told us that the Patriots front office tired of seeing Rob Gronkowski's nipples. They would like to see less nipples, more victories.
That's another Seinfeld episode, I think, right there.
They're spectacular.
Is that the phrase the Kraft family is using?
Well, I don't know. If less nipples, more wins.
Again, that sounds like that sounds like a bad beer commercial, right?
Fritzy doesn't agree with that, by the way.
Really?
No, he does not. No, he does not.
Well, I mean, I think in general they'd like to see less Gronkowski, period, anywhere other than just on the field. And it's just one of those, again, interesting things that you'd think is going on behind the scenes in New England, but you have no earthly idea because nothing ever gets out of there. I'm sure they find out from the agent or the dad that he even had surgery because the Patriots aren't saying anything.
Was it 10 years ago this week that you had your last Sports Center?
Yes. I phoned up a good friend of ours from the mothership to see who could dive into the ENPS because I knew it was right around now because this is when I got married 10 years ago, too. Well, where you showed up, that's coming up, too. You were at my wedding.
Yeah.
And somebody, one of my buddies here in L.A. recalls that you were behind the bar at one point.
Yes,
because
I was.
They ran out of a certain.
Yes.
They ran out of. You were searching for a certain type of alcohol, if I recall.
Well, we're in Central Park.
Right.
And it was great. The Boathouse. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And then all of a sudden, you spent all the money on the location, and you forgot about that you were inviting people here who drank.
But I think it was Jägermeister you were in.
I was looking for Jägermeister.
That's the story, but I knew it was like 10 years ago, right around now, because I know obviously when my 10-year wedding anniversary is, and sure enough, it was late May, the 29th, this past Wednesday, and I said, "Who am I doing? Who did I do it with?" It was with you, and I did, I think, a lead in on John Sebastian Jaguar, the Byung-Young Kim Shea Hillenbrand trade, and of course the wonderful spelling bee, which took place just yesterday.
Wow.
So
great memories.
I know, man. It was 10. I can't believe it.
10 years ago.
The number of people that come up to me and say, "Oh man, I love watching you on ESPN every day."
Yeah, I know.
It happens all the time.
Yeah,
And
happened to me last night. Awkward
Did you
moment.
really?
Oh yeah, guy came up. I was in New York for a party. Guy came up and he goes, "Golly, you kill me in the morning." And I go, "Oh really? You like the show?" "Oh man, are you kidding me? I've been watching SportsCenter for years." And he goes, "You're the soundtrack to sports." That was his quote. And I went, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, isn't it incredible? Because you're simulcast on 2 different networks that are on ESPN every morning.
I know.
You know?
It's bizarre, the branding of that, where you go, okay. I've been gone, I think, coming up on 6 years.
6? No way.
Yeah, I think.
Really?
Paulie, is it 6 years?
6 years in August.
6 years in
Wow.
August.
Yeah, it's coming up. NFL Network's 10-year anniversary is this November. And it was 10 years ago this past Wednesday. And I did it with you. And my last act as an ESPN anchor was to throw to the midnight edition of OTL.
Wow.
Which was, I guess, if you remember, they did the 20 minutes of OTL, then 20 minutes of baseball tonight, and then another 20-minute show before another Sports Center.
I'm starting to, tear up a little bit here.
You missed it?
Yeah, I'm getting a little misty here. Wow, man, when you throw to outside the lines, that's when I just lose it. All right,
that's the Rinaldi piano is going to start tinkling, and forget it.
Tinkling?
And it's over.
Okay.
That's
there you go. And
that's my last act as a guest today, is to use the word tinkling in a sentence, yes.
Well, we had girth and nipples yesterday, so thank you, Rich.
You run the gamut, DP.
Tell the family I said hello.
Same to you.
All right, buddy. That's Rich Eisen, host of NFL Game Day Morning, the Rich Eisen podcast. Brady Hoke, not good, and Barry Sanders on there. Download at NFL.com/Rich Eisen and iTunes.
Not good.
What did Brady Hoke think of Gordon Gee's comments?
Good.
No, he didn't think they were good.
Oh,
they thought they were not
Not good.